What's good, family? It's your man, Pastor Dan, on this Wisdom Wednesday moment. I'm glad that you could join me. Listen, your man, Pastor Dan, is super sad this Wednesday because folks are just devaluing other folks. We got folks slashing people up on the subways, going bang, bang, shoot them up in Times Square, innocent people getting shot. We got a war going on in the Middle East, where one group of people think they're better than another group of people and can just steal their land with an administration that was like our previous administration. Then we got a political party demoting someone for telling the truth. Man, I tell you, the Word of God says don't do anything out of selfish ambition. Word of God says don't do anything out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but rather in humility value others above yourselves, not looking on your own interest, but each of you looking at the interest of others. The value of something or someone determines its importance. For example, if you have a hobby that you highly value and gets your attention at the exclusion of your relational investments in your family or your children, that's not the way to go. It's easy to get lost in leisure rather than face the reality of your broken relationships. For by the grace given to me, I say to every one of you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment in accordance with the faith of God. Listen, pride places a lower priority on others and a higher priority on self. Pride does its due diligence by ranking others lower than their own needs and wants. It's only from the assumption of a humble heart that we are capable of valuing others as Christ values them. Jesus humbles us so we in turn humble and serve others, because we want to be of service to others. We want to leave a legacy of service in this world. Find out what other people are interested in. Find out what your spouse, your children, your co-workers, your associates are interested in, and then take a relational audit of their interests and become intentional in helping them fulfill their needs and desires. It's going to take faith to first fulfill another's agenda above your own. But in return, when we place the needs of others above ourselves, God will fill in the gaps. His favor will shine on those serving others without apprehension. When we go the extra mile on the behalf of those who don't deserve it, God's favor will flourish in our lives when we show our faith toward others, toward our family, and toward our friends, and we interest the esteem of others over our own. Jesus is very clear that ones who place others above themselves are the greatest in his kingdom. Kings like to throw their weight around, and people in authority like to give themselves fancy titles. We know those folks, right? It's not going to be that way with you. Let the senior among you become like the junior, and let the leaders act like part of those who serve one another. My prayer for us today is to find out the interest of others and put them above ourselves. And then we can even out the playing field, find justice in this land, and live in unity in this community. That's your Wisdom Wednesday. I'm your man, Pastor Dan.